Hello, poopsies. Thanks for joining me today for your candle wax reading of 30 minutes. This is a booking by Stefan. Thank you, Stefan, for signing up for your own personal candle wax reading of 30 minutes. And they gave me permission to post this public on my YouTube. I can explain the decorations if you just give me a moment. They said, P.S. You have permission to post this public. Thank you, Stefan. And you might have seen Stefan's videos before on this channel. This is not the first time they're signing on and giving me permission to post, so I really appreciate that so much. It goes a long way to help support the channel, by the way. So, dear Tony Bomboni, I wish you happy late holidays and hope you are doing well. I'm fair and fine. Thank you. Happy holidays to you and happy holidays to all my poopsies. I'm ordering this candle wax reading, they said, for my name day on January 9 for St. Stephen's Day. Happy St. Stephen, as we say in Macedonia, Srećan stays, Srećan, how would I say it? Stefan Den, I think. I was interested in looking forward to hearing what this 2026 year has to offer with the transition to the year of the fire horse as well. For those who don't know, starting February into the next year is going to be the year in the Chinese zodiac of the fire horse. We just exited, or exiting, about to exit the wooden snake for that last minute shedding of old skin and slow and steady growth. A fire horse is going to propel us forward. It's going to be fast growth. It's going to be activity, busyness, career, money, success, stuff like that. And moving on from personal dilemmas and problems quickly. 2025 was quite the ride of a roller coaster with testings, endings, and quite densely rough at several points. So I'm looking forward to peek at what 2026 has to offer me. So we're going to be doing a general reading as well. Whatever messages resonate with you, that has to resonate with Stefan. There's also the messages for you watching at home. They said it would be very sweet if you were able to scatter several Christmas ornaments around the bowl. So that's what I did. So I have this gift box, this penguin, this little yellow nutcracker, and the squirrel. Christmas ornaments. So there's that. And then they said, and several tarot cards of your selection choice of whichever deck you feel drawn to. So I'm doing the Wicked Tarot deck. So I just shuffled the cards and I've decided to scatter throughout some random cards that I have shuffled. I don't know why he's barking. I apologize. I hope he stops shortly. If you have any festive or decorative bowl as well, it'd be great to use, but not a requirement by any means. Actually, this is the first time I'm using this bowl. It's actually really pretty. I found it while moving and packing stuff. I was like, oh, that's actually really pretty. So there's one similar after this, but it's not the same. It's a different design here. And I think blue and white and silver is a great winter theme. So that's why I picked this. Last I would love if you could use baby blue, light blue as the first candle. So this was the closest I could find. I'm sorry, but where I live kind of sucks. It's like a podunk town. And so they don't really have too many options here, and I didn't have many options available from what I had, so that's the closest I could get. And dark red as the second, so this is the closest I could get to dark red. It's like a crimson-y, but I didn't have a burgundy red, if I'm not mistaken. Regular red and regular blue work too if you don't have these specific colors, or white as another alternative. Okay. So thank you very much in advance, and I wish you a wonderful rest of your day, Mr. Bomboni. Lots of love, hugs, and kisses from Macedonia. So we're going to start with blue as the first candle, as they mentioned. We're just going to go ahead and see what 2026 has to offer, Stefan and my poopsies watching at home. What energies are into 2026? I'm going to go ahead and light up the candle now. I don't know why that took a minute to light, but okay. What is going on with Stefan and Poopsies and 2026? What does Stefan need to know right now? Allow any of Stefan's messages to resonate with Poopsies watching at home as well. Thank you, Spirit Guide. Sorry about that. I had to start all over. He kept barking. Let's continue. So what's going on with Stefan and my Poopsies for 2026? What do they need to know right now? So I'm definitely getting a high probability for fertility. So if you're in a relationship or thinking about children or anyone you know in your circle, because it is going to be a time of great responsibility, but also, you know, a lot starting to come in terms of ways and means. That could look like, you know, the woman gets comfortable enough to have a child, feels financially more secure and ready. I do see a lot more people, you know, buying homes, looking for homes in 2026, starting to build a home, developing a home, calling a place their home, period. So, so that definitely could look like what is the energies for you. I hear also there's no regrets. There's some things that you're like, you know, this held me back, or not anymore. You're going to have no regrets. You're just moving onwards with bravery and strength. Not holding yourself back, not looking back on past mistakes. You're going to give equal time to everyone. I think this is the first year in a long time you're going to give equal attention to people. You might realize more of a balance or harmony in your relationships. So you're not spending too much time with just one person. I don't know, I see someone here has crooked ways, like they're not really nice lately, or they're kind of getting on people's nerves. It could be someone born in the second month of the year, February. Really not like a nasty, just like a not nice person, just getting on people's, agitating under the skin, you know. Like when you think about them, it makes you want to itch, you know. So hopefully they leave you alone. I feel like they will, but it might just be something you have to go through. Now, blue is reminding me of the calmness, like any blue crystal will be calm. And so this will be a pretty good year for your nervous system, right? Less irritability, less agitation. Namadei masz mnogo problemi, znaешь, like you're not gonna have so many problems. I'm speaking Macedonian because they're from Macedonia, right? But I'm getting continue watching, monitor. If they're saying monitor your health, because your health's gonna be fine as it is now, hopefully, but it's something needs to be tracked. Monitor the progress. It doesn't necessarily mean going to a clinic. It could mean going to a clinic to monitor or track something or keep an eye on something, but it's not a big deal. It's like it's calm. That too remains calm. That's not going to spread. It's not going to grow. Maybe there's something on your skin or a lesion of sorts and you're worried about it. A sunspot or something like that. You think it's something bigger than it actually is. As long as they monitor, like a freckle, it's going to be fine. It's not going to grow into something crazy. I don't think it ever will. This would be a good time for travel. This would be a good time to go somewhere new, maybe even a colder climate, or somewhere that has a cold climate most of the year. This is in the cards for you. 2026 is the 1 in numerology, so it's new beginnings. So try somewhere new you have never lurked before. Even starting something new, a new game, a new movie, a new show, a new series, a new recipe you want to learn how to make, a new class, maybe about cooking class, tarot card reading class, whatever you want. This is the prime time to learn something new in this new cycle. In the last full cycle, 2017, that was the 1 year as well, I learned Reiki. And it's done quite a lot for me in my life. And others as well, of course. So learn something new. It's a message for me as well. It can be digital. It might be something digital, maybe strictly digital. I don't know about in person. Something makes me nervous about 2026. There could be something where something spreads or grows and it becomes out of hand, out of pocket, out of bounds, right? And it might prevent certain individuals from attending physical classes again. They might end up having to be online because people get wiped out with this illness or something, allegedly. It reminds you of lockdown energy. That's what I feel for 2026. I've been feeling this for quite some while. Like 2026 is really the Tower card. It's when old things crumble away officially for good. So, yeah. Not necessarily for good in terms of like, oh, it's for the better. No, that's not what I see. I see for good, like permanently. That's what I mean. Yeah. So, it's not necessarily going to be good, okay? But it's going to be, I feel for most people, a calmer year than 2025. However, really in all trueness, like a lot of people said 2025 was bad. It really wasn't that bad. I mean, I really genuinely think we haven't seen anything yet. But 2026 is, for those who suffered in 2025, 2026 will be calmer. It doesn't mean it's going to be better. It just means calmer. Like the waters settle a little bit, right? In some aspects, it might even feel like watching like ice melt. You know, it's going to be a slow process for some. Like, especially in business, I feel like it's going to be like slower growth than you think the fire horse should be. I feel it's gonna be more for people who have 9-to-5s. Like, that's more gonna be progress there than a business owner. I feel like business is gonna be kind of slump or tricky this year to maneuver that avenue. Like to maintain your self-employment is going to be a little bit more challenging. And that's also virus energy, is like challenges, right? So it's not going to be easy, but changes are going to happen rapidly, especially based on what sign you're in and what planet is connected to your sign. So I definitely am feeling easygoing. Like for you, Stefan, and others, I feel it's going to be, I see like I don't know why I see like a super virus or some bug or some, it's like a bacteria or something on like a petri dish. It's growing and spreading. It's like it gets out of pocket, out of hand. I feel like it like came from a lab or something, allegedly, entertainment purposes only, in 2026. I see it's like a quick rapid spreader, but it gets resolved in a weird, it doesn't give me that unnerving feeling like 2020. It's like a issue, but it gets quickly resolved somehow. There's like a numerical thing or pill that people take that makes it go away somehow, almost like magic. I don't know if it permanently goes away. I feel like it's still like etched in people, but it's like, as long as you take this, you'll be fine. Like it's gonna allegedly like manage the symptoms, or it's gonna make it like stop growing, you know? It's like there's always gonna be that marker in the body, but it's gonna stop growing with this new thing or whatever the hell. So I'm also getting a lot of romance. There's a lot of high probability of romance. In 2026, there's a lot of like loving connections. But you have to make sure to rip away the old, right? You have to make sure you're so officially done with that old shitty ex. You're so officially done with even any hard feelings you have about love in general, like spiteful, petty energies, like, oh, you know, this is not for me, or I'm never gonna find love, or something like that along those lines. And be careful to be with the wrong people. You might be tempted to be with a toxic person, F-boy type, or F-girl, whatever you're into, or both, whatever, right? Or none, right? It's either like, anyway, it's like boy, girl, none, or both. Like, nowadays, that's how it be, I guess. Whatever floats people boat, man. But anyway, moving on. So, but yeah, I definitely get this energy of like, again, calm with love. Like it's like you're calm with this lover person. I'm just going to say person, right? This lover person. It's just, you're so relaxed around them. You can just ease up a little. You know, you can talk to them about anything. You can just be silent around them. And it's comfortable silence. It's not awkward or like, you know, you feel some tension in the air sometimes when you're quiet around certain people. No, this person you feel calm and relaxed around. And that's typically a good sign and someone that should be in your life in general. Okay, so let's move right along into the red candle. Okay. I think I took quite a bit of time on that one. What else is going on? 2026 for Stefan and my poopsies, Macedonian Stefan and poopsies, please. These are America's colors, right? White, red, and blue. Maybe something prophetic about the 250th year anniversary this July 4th. That's enormous. Quarter of a millennia. What is that going to bring? I hear death. I hear death and destruction, but not what you think. I hear this is going to bring, as you know, United States, whatever happens here happens everywhere, right? Everyone feels the effects of what happens in 5% of the population, which is absurd, but it's true. It has a lot of truth. This is Babylon, right? One of the Babylons, right? But I'm sensing in the spirit that Babylonia will be in trouble. There's trouble brewing, allegedly. Entertainment purposes only. 250 years marks the end. It is it. Our time is up as a nation as we know it. I feel the ripples and the urgency to say that death indicates death of the old, not literally physical. Could be a physical passing as well. Some ruler, the public maybe, a lot of people maybe. It more feels like a move, like a mass exodus. It more feels like a passing away of the population living in this nation specifically, not literally a physical death, okay? I don't see that quite yet. But yeah, it's too early for that in terms of where we're headed. But I'm sort of getting more a mass movement, migration away from this country. I feel like by July, people are like, they're like, okay, this is not what I thought. I'm fed up, or this is not what I expected, or I'm tired of the taxes, or blah, 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 right? So, the policies allegedly, you know, everything like that. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of like European nations starting to bring in Americans, allegedly. And I feel it's because of this fed up energy. Like, yeah, I'm just going to pull out my 401k. If it's 90,000, it's 90,000. I'll just pull it out. I'm done. I'll sell my shit and just move the F out of here, right? That kind of energy. And I feel like they'll be welcomed. I feel like they'll be welcomed. You know, you can get by on very little in another country. So, yeah, unless you're in freaking Monaco or whatever. But moving on. So, the destruction I'm hearing in the spirit means global. Means, I still see London. I don't know why I see the United UK, allegedly, the United Kingdom in the spirit with Babylon too. I feel like they're both Babylon. Part of Babylon. I feel like you all, like Australia is Babylon. I feel like most English is Babylon. Like, I'm talking Babel. Okay. But UK and US are going to be hot topic and also in hot water. Some European countries as well. I've been seeing Germany in the spirit for a while. Germany, France in trouble. Maybe global conflict as well. I feel like it's still too early for them, but I feel like that could be brewing or starting to stir up a little bit. It might drag out for a couple of years, as everything else has been for the last few years. Seems like everything's dragging out, you know, interest rates, you know, wars, blah, blah, blah. Money printing, like everything is just dragging out, dragging its ass, right? It seems like it's taking its sweetest time. So, like, it's not in a rush. And that's because a lot of things have some time to fulfill. It takes a lot of time. We're blessed with time, aren't we? But 2050, see? Oh, that was, what was it called? Hyperbole? See, I just said 2050. I didn't even mean to say 2050. The 250th anniversary has something to do with the year 2050. That's what I'm getting, my mental impression. So we'll know by then. But something might happen in this year that affects and influences the future year of 2050 or that time range period. Or even the 2050s. So, yeah, it's like another 24 years, right? Like, what happens now will influence the next 20 plus years. What else specifically am I seeing? I think this sets an example for other nations, other countries. So whatever country you live in, including Macedonia, it's like America sets an example in 2026, shows like how it's done, or shows how like shit gets done, you know, something like that. And then it causes other nations to thrive and prosper as well. I hear something to do with, you know, you might think I'm nutty, alien tech. Alien tech, but it's not quite in our face yet. We don't know about it maybe until 2027. Maybe 2028. Again, anything you hear now that's new, it's going to drag on a few years. It's not going to happen right away. Anything you've heard about years ago, it's going to happen any minute now. So, because it's already been a few years, right? Since a few years ago, obviously. So, consider it like that. Anything new that they start talking about or saying or come up with or new research, give it a few years. It's not going to happen immediately. Okay? So, it gives the audience, right, people in the world, time to really process and not be like panic stricken, right? Or even live in fear too much because it lowers vibration, and this is not the era we're entering. 2026, 2027, 2028, I'm hearing is going to be a time where the vibrations elevate even faster, where we are ascending even more, greater. And a lot of old ways, means, rituals, patterns, behaviors are going to die. And old outdated belief systems, books, blah, 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 teachings, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be all much better improved. There's still going to be people who have their faith, but it's going to be like a new alternate version based on the reality they know of now, based on a higher elevated mindset, mind frame, vibration, right? You start to physically see and feel and think differently when your vibration is lifted. So you're not going to believe the same old stuff you did 10, 20 years ago. So your mind's going to start changing a lot. Your mind is going to be open. It's going to be broader. It's going to be even a quicker thinking, I think the last several years have worn us out, but now it's going to be like, okay, you're feeling better. You're feeling lighter. You're not actually so worn down or bogged down by working a 9 to 5 or, day-to-day life. I have to go to the grocery store. I have to fill my gas tank. I have to get an oil change, right? You're no longer bogged by the 3D. All of a sudden, there's something around us that physically changes. It could be with technology that makes us feel better. I hear 5G and I hear 6G. Something to do with 5G, 6G as well. That might be something in the allegedly entertainment purposes only in the tech that those metal posts that alters allegedly entertainment purposes only people's perception mood of reality as well. It's like turning off and on like a cell or something like that, or you are a composition of cells. So obviously if your cell changes, you change, your mood changes, your feeling changes, because you're nothing but cells. So if that cell changes, you change, your mood will change. So there's something with this that can alter that, something like that. And it's almost like it was put out there by, allegedly the aliens, because they know like this is going to help us ascend. So it's not all bad. It might make you tired or sleepy now, but like long run, when you're used to the energies, you're going to be like, oh, I actually feel better. I feel lighter. I feel faster, smarter, better, And this is why the technology has to come now. Because all these upgrades, because we are ascended, this technology couldn't physically even exist with the lower vibration we were living in. Now that we're more elevated, this is now a newer, higher vibration plane of existence. And now this new tech can come in. Does that make sense? It can only survive in a certain vibration. Does that make sense? So now we are going to be in that vibration starting in this year. And this could look like improved mood, improved sleep for you, finally, which means your life improves. You make better decisions. You're going to make better decisions in 2026. 2025 was a test. I feel like Stefan and Poopsies, it was hard for you because you couldn't handle the energies. Those who had a hard time couldn't handle the high vibration, simply put. And now that we have shed that old snake skin, right? Now you can start to handle it. You can start to say, oh my gosh, like I feel better. A lot of people might go for more exercise, jogs. I see that in the spirit. A lot of runners, a lot of like, I'm just going to continue my New Year's plans and resolutions. Some may fall back, but I feel like, Stefan, for you, it's going to be a very great time to continue your yearly planning. And by the end of the year, I think you're going to be very satisfied. I see a lot of satisfaction. If any of you are in school, I see good grades. I see getting things done because, again, you feel better. I don't think you understand, like, good sleep, feeling better, taking care of yourself. Like, you can get a lot of this stuff done during the day. Just, like, having good health. So, yeah. Just, again, monitor anything that comes up, but you're going to be just fine, all right? Any final words, thoughts, wisdom, guidance, messages, insight, awareness for 2026? The whole entirety of 2026. Take it easy, breathe, stretch before you run, right? Like, slow down in some moments. Like, not everything will get done. I feel like there's this partial anxiety still. Like, oh my God, it's 11 p.m. and I didn't get everything I needed to do today because it's 11 p.m. and I have to go to bed and I have to go to work tomorrow. Shush, shut up. Shut that brain of yours. Calm down, okay? You'll get it done. It will get accomplished, all right? So don't fret, don't stress. A lot of you will glow up this year. A lot of you will upgrade your life. Better home, better equipment, whatever that means. Better cars. I see a lot of like vehicle purchase. Maybe vehicle price finally comes down into the end of the year. I'm seeing like a lot of this like eagerness to buy something new or eagerness to rush and get that thing for cheap while it's cheap. You know, there's sort of that energy, like some things get cheaper, some things get more expensive, as it's been the last few years, but you're gonna have a great time. You're gonna have a blast. And again, I'm thinking of the UK. Something major in 2026 will happen with the UK, allegedly entertainment purposes only. I don't know what it is. All I know is it is part of that destruction energy. Old things have to go away now for the new to come in, okay? For the 2030s onwards that we've all been waiting for, that miracle year 2030. Miracle, but maybe not so miracle, right? It depends on what timeline you go down and what energy you're outputting. If you're expecting the best, you're going to get the best. If you're expecting the worst, what do you think is going to happen? Thank you so much. God bless. Lemon Light, 20% off 22. I hope you enjoyed this candle wax reading. And if any of you like any of my services like tarot, candle wax, I'm currently using the Wicked Tarot card deck. They're so pretty. For your personal private tarot readings, I have a couple readings to do now, so I'll get to it. I hope you enjoyed your day and your time here. I will see you all very shortly. Look how this looks. Isn't that cool? Okay, see you guys.